As 2025 draws to an end, we are back with a new video. This year, personal reasons and work commitments have kept us away from YouTube for long stretches of time. But that did not stop us from watching films and enjoying them. At the end of the year, we could not have missed celebrating the films and performances with all of you that amazed us this year. Unlike yesteryears, 2025 kept low in terms of astounding films and performances in Indian cinema. And yet there were certain performances across mainstream, regional and independent cinema where actors embraced roles that demanded restraint, physical transformation, emotional exposure and moral complexity, giving us acts to remember. The following list celebrates 10 performances that stood above the rest in 2025, along with a few special mentions, recognizing actors who transformed material into something urgent, personal and enduring. As always, these are personal choices and no verdicts, which may or may not match with yours. But do let us know whether you agree or disagree with us in the comment section. Here we go. At number 10, we have Kalyani Priyadarshan. In a career-defining role, Kalyani shattered her girl-next-door image to inhabit the role of Chandra and the mystic Neeli in the genre-bending Malayalam blockbuster Lokah by Dominic Arun. Her performance was a revelation as she balanced the film's superhero fantasy elements with a grounded, kick-ass grit that felt authentic. This was a project with massive ambitions and high stakes that depended heavily on Kalyani, and she responds to that trust and how. This was an act that could have gone wrong entirely with only a few missteps, but here she was, carrying the film's ambitious narrative with a nonchalant style and subdued emotion, proving her worth in anchoring such a massive commercial vehicle on her own. She's also a charming self in the lesser celebrated Odum Kuthira Chadum Kuthira, a film that has a special place in our hearts, unlike the more popular notions against it. At number 9, we have Akshay Khanna. Aditya Dhar's Dhurandhar has had its fair share of controversies since its release, eventually leading to its extremely successful run at the box office. Right-wing agendas withstanding, at the end of the day, it is a well-made film, and a lot of credit to its popularity and charm goes to Akshay Khanna, brilliant as Rahman Dakat. Khanna is at his subdued best in the film, menacing all along, and then suddenly breaking into his now viral entry dance to the tunes by Flipperacci. Akshay's cold, cerebral presence, the penetrating eyes, and the intimidating voice provided the film with its most chilling and memorable moments. In Chhawa, once again his menace emerges not from volume, but from stillness and precision. By stripping Aurangzeb of theatrics and leaning into cold intelligence, Khanna delivers one of the most quietly intimidating performances of recent historical cinema. We hope to see him more in 2026. Number 8 on our list is Siddhant Chaturvedi. One of the highlights for us of Indian cinema in 2025 is how Hindi cinema, otherwise blind to caste politics prevalent in the country, went on to offer not one but two timely socially conscious films against casteism. Of course, we had Homebound, which we'll talk about soon, but we also had Dhadak 2, a lesser, much lesser, but well-intended North Indian version of Mari Selvaraj's masterpiece Periyaram Perumal. And while discussions went on around the film's title, the agency of the female lead in the Hindi version, or the problematic Dharma polish, Siddhant Chaturvedi's earnest performance as Nilesh was much less celebrated. It was a tough act to cry, break down, wriggle in pain, and then shout back in trauma in the times of alpha masculine debauchery. But Siddhant holds on to his nerves with an honest performance that toggles between ambition and identity. We have a unique choice at number 7, Kamaleshwar Mukherjee. In the aesthetically unique Bengali drama, Karun Grease Amader Desh Noy by Sudipto Laha, veteran director-actor Kamaleshwar Mukherjee delivered a performance of profound gravitas. The film, which blends the sensibilities of world cinema with Bengali storytelling, required a performance that was deeply internal and observant. Mukherjee anchored the narrative with a flawless presence, embodying the film's complex themes of identity, displacement and target-oriented living of today's world. It's a character who cannot be equated and summed up by the rest, and so was Mukherjee in the film, with a performance that is much more than what meets the eyes. At number 6, we have Dhruv Vikram. Nothing satisfies more than a new acting talent on the arena. And this year, we had Dhruv Vikram arriving as a powerhouse performer with Bison Kalamadan, directed by veteran director Mari Selvaraj. Playing a young kabaddi player fighting concentric layers of systemic oppression, clan wars and ingrained prejudices, Dhruv's portrayal of Kitten is a career-defining performance that remains remarkably understated despite the high-octane drama that unfolds. Rather than exploding with rage, Dhruv channels his character's anger into a quiet, simmering defiance. Dhruv Vikram's physical transformation for the sport was impressive, but it was his ability to portray the suffocation of caste and social hierarchy, firing through his eyes and body language, that stole the show. For the best performance of 2025, at number 5, we have Mammootty. Well, the legend continues his stunning streak of reinvention in 2025. While Dominic and the Ladies' Purse by Gautam Menon showcased his effortless charisma in a lighter, investigative space that gradually intensifies, it was Kalam Kaval by Jitin Jose that left audiences trembling. Playing a polite, soft-spoken serial killer, Mammootty turned his hero image on its head, using micro-expressions to convey pure evil. Yes, pure evil. No subtext, no backstory, but a menacing bad man, loosely based on the infamous Cyanide Mohan. His sick smile, smoke rings and unnerving calmness while committing brutality cements this as one of the darkest roles of Mamuka's career. And that makes us believe yet again that he is the finest actor to have ever graced the Indian screen. At number 4, we have a tie with two brilliant performances across two movie industries. Stepping into the gritty, unforgiving world of Kashyap's crime drama, Nishanchi, Monica Panwar, acting to modern Mother India, delivers a performance that was raw, restrained, and extremely difficult to pull off. Monica has always impressed, but this year marks a milestone in her career with outstanding work in both Khauf the web series and Nishanchi. Tasked at playing a hardened character in a narrative spanning generations of violence, Monica held her own against a backdrop of bullets and betrayal, in a portrayal stripped of all glamour, focusing instead on survival instinct and the tragic toll of living in a lawless land. Hers was a fierce, unsentimental act that perfectly complemented the film's dark tone, reaching a crescendo at the end with a climax scene to remember for the ages. The second performance at number 4 is Rishab Shetty, as he returns to the world of folklore with a performance that was nothing short of possessed in Kantara Legend, first chapter. As a warrior performer, his physical acting during the ritualistic sequences was hypnotic, while his emotional vulnerability in the prequel's tragic storyline added a new mythical dimension to the franchise. And then there were 3. Now to the top 3 performances of 2025. At number 3, we have Ishaan Khatter. Well, to Homebound now. Neeraj Khewan's poignant drama about migration and social identity amidst social hierarchies and the otherization of the already oppressed. And within all that, Ishaan Khatter gives his finest performance to date. In his short career, Ishaan has shown great range and diversity of roles he can play. And in playing Shoaib, a young man navigating the fractures of a polarized society, he embodies quiet tension. His maturity, noting how he internalized the character's frustration and fear of being othered without ever resorting to melodrama, is a testament to his talent. It is a heartbreakingly sincere portrayal of a man trying to hold on to his dignity and his only friend while his world crumbles around him. The terrace scene as he tries to avoid his tears, the party scene of the meltdown, and the scene near the end inside the ambulance as he... It is difficult to put into words. Let's move on. Now to the final 2. Another year that comes with new reasons to adore Basil Joseph, as an actor this time with a transformative performance in Ponman, directed by Jyotish Shankar. Playing P.P. Ajesh, a cutthroat, no-nonsense gold agent, Basil steps out of his comfort zone of comedy to deliver a character study of greed, desperation, and everyday struggle. The organic evolution of his character is a continuation of the film's theme that Basil pulls off with stunning ease, as his short stature gradually sums up to stand up against Sajin Gopu's Mariano. Basil represents so many of us dwelling inside our daily dosage of David and Goliath fights, a performance wrapped in gold in one of the finest films of the year. Now, before the big reveal, we have two special mentions. Our first special mention is Radhika Apte for her performance in Sister Midnight. Radhika Apte is the emotional axis of Sister Midnight, delivering a performance that is both ferociously internal and quietly devastating. With remarkable control, she navigates grief, desire, and self-reckoning, allowing contradiction and vulnerability to coexist without ever reaching for easy catharsis. Our second special mention is Abhishek Banerjee. In Stolen, a survival thriller by Karan Tejpal, Banerjee is exceptional. Playing a self-absorbed person who is thrust into a nightmare scenario, he manages a difficult transformation from an unlikable elite to a desperate survivor. It would certainly be in our top 3 performances if not for the fact that it is actually a 2023 film that finally finds public release this year. As for the top performance of the year, we are homebound again. A performance that served as the emotional anchor of the film by veteran thespian Shalini Watts. As Chandan's mother, the matriarch in Homebound, Shalini Watts delivers a masterclass in stoicism. Her portrayal of a woman bearing the brunt of generational struggle and invisible labor is as defiant as it is moving. Shalini's quiet presence and portrayal of her grief will leave you spellbound. That scene, as she learns about Chandan's fate, rips apart your heart, perhaps the scene of the year. That brings us to the end of our video. Let us know in the comments what films did we miss which should have made our list. Also stay tuned for our next video on the best Indian movies of 2025, which will be out soon. Thank you for watching.